All right, 5x5, it's such an effective way to get stronger because just doing one heavy compound movement with genuine effort relative to your level, it is truly enough to fully stimulate the prime mover muscles. We've gone way too far. The pendulum has swung way too much from you only need one exercise to you need all of the exercises. We're not saying this in this 5x5 video. It is the focus is on that 5x5 compound. And you finish with a little bit of extra accessories. Having just one clear priority in a workout really does set you up for success. Do this well, and then anything else you do afterwards is just icing on the cake. You wouldn't do 5x5 on dips and then do an overhead press, a bench press, and then also push-ups. Instead, I'd do 5x5 on my dips, and then I'd follow up with a compound accessory, say bench press, for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, followed by 2 lighter isolation exercises to finish up with some accessory work for the prime movers involved. It's a push day, so I need to work on my side delts with some lateral raises, as well as my triceps with some overhead tricep extensions. The specificity of exercise, you can't hide from it. By committing to this 5x5, you will reap the rewards that the person who program hops, exercise hops, changes things all the time just to be entertained, they're never going to get that, and they'll always stay beginner to intermediate zone. When it comes to getting stronger, you've just got to lift heavy weights, and the only way to build confidence is by doing just that with 5 reps. It allows you to tap into that difficulty and build up that competence and confidence in yourself that doing things for low reps isn't scary, it is challenging, but you can do it. One thing I really struggle with in my workouts is deciding how many sets am I doing today. How many reps should I do? Should I go low rep, moderate, high rep? Where should I put this exercise in my workout? Gone. All of that paralysis by analysis is nullified. It's taken away when you're doing 5x5. Furthermore, this simplicity in programming is awesome. You've got that 5x5. You got to go heavier. That's your only job. It sounds simple, but it's not easy in practice. And your mind's going to play all these tricks. Maybe I should drop it down this week, do 4 sets of 5. No, you've got this constraint, and then you just will be surprised at how you're able to tolerate your training so much better. You're not going to think, oh, I'll change my rep range. I'll drop the weight, keep it the same, but modify my volume. No. 5x5, just up that weight. Just keep upping that weight, even when you don't want to mentally. Of course, you got to keep things safe and make sure that you can actually handle the 5x5. But you get what I mean. You're going to have those moments where you're at a crossroads. Oh, I'm just going to swap 5x5 to something else, or you want to change it in some type of way. This guardrail, I love it. I hate it, but I love it. I've been seeing praises about 5x5, but it's not perfect at all times for all people. Those of you who are really strong, 5x5 isn't the best thing to use for the rest of time, because the heavier that you're lifting, the more fatigue you're creating. Of course, that fatigue vary, but real talk, there can be real diminishing returns from doing more total sets with this 5 rep range. These really high absolute loads creates a ton of stress on your joints, your CNS, and recovering from a hard workout of 5x5 can be really difficult. For my advanced fellas listening, shout out to the 5% of you or 10% of you that are watching. You can probably get away with doing just 2 to 3 sets of 5 rep range, and you'll get plenty of stimulus, but you'll also be able to recover, come back for the next session, hit it again, etc. This is because the stronger that you get, the smaller returns you're going to yield from these simple linear 5x5 type of programs. You may need more or less volume because in your state, it's just not possible to linearly increase weight every single week. Otherwise, we'd be riding 5x5. Everyone would be doing 5x5 from absolute beginner to the elite, most strong person in the world. And we know that's just not the case. When you're advanced, you've got a highly adapted nervous system. You're going to need some more nuanced approaches to forcing progress, such as block or undulating periodization. What this means is you need more rep ranges. You're going to have to play with 1 to 4 reps to really get that high threshold motor unit adaptation, which only comes from lifting really maximally. You may also need periods of 6+ reps where you build up some muscle mass that you can then teach later to get stronger. Fellas, pick a compound exercise that you really want to get stronger at run 5x5 for 3 months, and you'll be surprised at how much progress you can make with such a simple, uncomplicated training method. If you want to train like me, check out my hybrid calisthenics program linked below. Peace.